Good evening, everyone. More than 250 people converged at the top of the Michigan for the 25th Aspirus Copperman Triathlon, and new this year was a duathlon. The athletes enjoyed great conditions on the silver anniversary of this event. The half-mile swim took place in Lake Fanny Ho. Many swimmers said the water was warm, somewhere between 68 and 72 degrees, depending on how and where the temperature was taken. 3 waves were needed for the start, one for the men, women, and teams. Kenosha, Wisconsin's Jeffrey Zamatis emerged from the water first in just over 12.5 minutes. The biking leg was 23 miles, starting east beyond Fort Wilkins and back through Copper Harbor, west to Ezra Beach, and back to Copper Harbor. The final leg was a 5-mile run past Fort Wilkins and back, and for the second year in a row, Houghton's Stephen Ellis won in a little under 1 hour and 43 minutes. He won by more than 4 minutes. Ellis says he had some work to do because Nagani's Jeff Junty led after the bike leg.
He really bikes fast, and I got out of the water and I just biked really hard knowing that Junty was going to be on the course and that guy can really bike. So I just tried to keep him in sights on the bike, knowing that I'm a strong runner.
About 5 miles into the bike, I started being alone a little bit, and I'm like, this is my race. It was a lot of fun. It's the most beautiful bike I've done before. It was hard. It was all downhill. I don't really like running downhill. I feel a little wobbly, but it was good. And I knew I was in first.
We started a duathlon because there was a lot of people who wanted to take part in the triathlon, but couldn't find a swimmer. So we just added a little 6K at the beginning, and even for triathletes who say they injure a shoulder and they can't swim anymore, so they can switch from the triathlon to the duathlon.
Callison is from Gaylord. She won by 10 seconds over Minneapolis's Laura Woodbeck. As you look at Ellis' finish in the bike leg, the individual winners of the duathlon were Calumet's Mitch DeLong in 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 10 seconds, and Milwaukee's Karen Kruger in 2 hours, 32.5 minutes. The Marquette BMX track welcomed back many old and new faces today for the BMX Reunion. Racers of all ages got a chance to race on the track in different classes. Ty Sadler, he's in the blue there. He wins the 5 and under novice race. In the women's 26 to 30 cruiser, it would be Michelle Basil grabbing first in 2 points to win total points to win the race. But with the racing also came a special moment when it was announced that several of the original riders helped donate 3 bikes to the Marquette BMX track, and you can see one right there.
It's truly something special to come back up here. This is where I grew up racing. It's a real special time for a lot of us guys who have done it for many years to come back here where it all started, and just the camaraderie again, as you saw, just a blast to be back here doing it again.
Before the final open races of the day, there was 1 lap taken in memory of Kit Crash Crockett, a fallen brother of the Marquette BMX racing scene. Well, Guts Frisbee is in Marquette for this weekend. It's the 34th annual National U.S. Guts Tournament in Marquette and the 40th anniversary of the first Guts Tournament to be held in Marquette. 13 teams converged onto Tourist Park to show off their skills and, of course, their guts. And, of course, Guts players were putting it all on the line for their chance to make it to the championship game. It is down from the turnout from last year with 16 teams, but officials say it's still as competitive as always.
This tournament got a little bit larger in the last few years. This year we're down to 13 teams from 16 last year. All the teams are very quality teams. We've got 3 teams from Marquette right now who are really pushing their way towards the championship.
The tournament will continue tomorrow and go until dusk when a champion is crowned. You can visit us online at uppermichigansource.com. Both the men's USA basketball team, they dominated China, and the women's soccer team beat France 1-0, I should say. Don't want to offend anybody.
True. And it's going to be an exciting couple of weeks with Olympics going on here, for sure.
I'm really excited, that's for certain.
Definitely. Thanks, Ethan.
You're welcome.